Tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media, the voice of the community.
I'm sorry, y'all started and weren't ready.
Okay.
Be also ready.
If you stay ready, you don't gotta get ready.
You know not.
That's right.
My God told me to be.
Now, final hour.
My God told me to be vigilant. Be very vigilant.
Thank you, family, for tuning back in.
Yes.
They are
Clowning.
in the studio.
Yes.
That's what happens when you find people off the street and bring them in, and they will work for food.
Yeah.
And
Come on in.
we have a spread.
Yeah.
And
They
that
actually,
kind of thing. And
I wish they could turn the camera around so they
Hey,
can see
y'all
all of the
surprised me.
videos.
It's-
I
I was like, "Dog, what's this, baby? You got food back here?" I'm like, what?
That's the green room.
This the norm. What?
There is a smorgasbord. There are options.
Yes.
I like
Yes.
options.
Healthy options.
Healthy
We got our
options.
salads. we got
I
our
can see
healthy.
Miss
fruits.
LaBelle
right.
over there on the table.
Yes.
That's right.
Got a pet pie.
Yes.
Yes.
You ready?
Yeah. I told you she inspired all of this from the first
He did
place.
pass
The
the
very
lunch
first
time.
person I was exposed to. Come on, Patty Pie.
Ready to go. Ready to go.
They broke the mold when they made her.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. Exercise times.
Yes.
How can they get in contact with you?
They can get in touch with me at exercisetimes@gmail.com. And you can also call me at 980-277-0058. That's 980-277-0058.
What can
Services you provide
I was
are.
going to say, what can they expect when they get Jovon Times?
When they get me, you getting the best, baby. I'm the best trainer you got in Charlotte, baby. So you must believe it. But I'm actually in Fort Mill. With me, one of the things I try to concentrate on is I do more functional training. I do about 4 people at a time because in my gym, it's not big, but it's small enough so I can actually do a semi-private training that I can possibly do for my clientele. I love it, man. I love working with the people that come in and out of the door. That's one of the biggest things I do. Of course, I always check everybody out at Walmart, whoever got them little spandex on, and I always ask them, where you work out at? Oh, they always give me a story of how they, of how they didn't make it.
Well, see, I was
So the people with
starting,
this,
but
the people with the spandex or the fat people?
Well,
Are you talking
both.
about the skinny people or the fat?
It don't even matter.
I'm just saying, fat people exist. So is
let's
that not
call
your
them
client?
girthy.
Girthy, bubbly, or fluffy, or Michelin Manny? I don't know.
Mushy.
What? Who does that? Squish.
I know.
I know. Just walking up on it like that.
So yeah, I think that's a good strategy. Yeah.
That's why you're not a trainer. Excuse me,
I'm
Miss
not.
Fat Lady.
Hey,
Apparently you don't work
need my
out.
services.
All right. You need me.
Don't eat that cake. What?
That's right.
Anime?
Right. Don't eat the cake. Not eat the cake.
Go there.
I know that when
go to the buffets.
for me, going to a grocery store, anytime I see someone intensively reading a label, I ask them, what are you looking for? What are you trying to find out? Just one, to find out what they know, and then also if I can be of assistance while they're sitting there with 2 different things. They're not looking at the price on the shelf, they're looking at the labels. So that's a
And so it just let me know that they're conscious about what they're putting into the
Not
bag.
necessarily.
But I mean, they are.
Someone told them to read the label.
And maybe.
And that's all they
Maybe,
did. They got no idea what they
what?
reading.
And maybe-
They got no idea what that
And maybe,
means.
and you're absolutely right, and that's where
Right.
the education comes in.
Absolutely.
As a trainer, and you want to teach them and show them, the right way to do things. So that's where all that comes in. And I'm a professor too, so I teach too. So
Right.
I do that every day. But that's one of the things I even teach at the beginning of my classes about nutrition. I just kind of give them a little synopsis of it before they actually got to go read, and then we kind of go back into it. But that possibly 80% or has to do with what you eat.
Right.
right.
And we know that the other 20% is
What you
basically
do.
exercise and that kind of
Right.
stuff like that. So we got to make sure we keep that in mind when we're in this process of looking at our labels and that kind of stuff.
Right.
I always teach them how to go around, how to shop.
The
kind of stuff.
perimeter.
Yeah, around the perimeter, starting from the veggies. Like I always say the Walmart experience. I always say you can go to any one of them, Harris, Teeter, don't matter.
All of them going to be the same.
All
way.
about the same. You still want to stay on the outside.
Right.
I say where we get in trouble is that we go up and down these aisles picking up stuff we don't need. And that's usually the gist of it. And people go, oh yeah, and then a light bulb starts to go off in their head
Right.
Right.
to understand why I'm doing the things I'm doing. And a lot of times we do things out of habit. If grandma did it,
Exactly.
Right.
if
She taught me how to
auntie did it,
cook soul
Taught me how to
food.
cook. So
Right.
and I also do an assessment of how people say I'm big bone. So
Yeah.
I have, so instead of me using, the caliper, do a little piece, like we do the skin fold.
Right.
So I use that to talk about their bone density.
Okay.
And one thing that doesn't change is your bones. Okay?
Right.
I don't care how emaciated,
Right.
emaciated the person may get, or how morbidly obese or whatever they may
Right.
be.
Their
it
bones
doesn't
stay the
bones
same.
stay the same.
Yeah.
So we got to keep that in mind when we start looking at it. Because some people say, I want to look like Beyonce. Girl, getting well, you ain't going to look like Beyonce.
Right.
It's never
Well,
gonna
getting well,
happen.
you're going to be like J-Lo. You know what I'm saying? You got to be realistic with yourself. You got to be realistic when you're out there trying to get your body right.
Right.
So my thing, let's work on what we have.
Right.
And let's work out and try to work,
Right.
put a
Be the
program
best.
together.
Yeah.
Right, and you can
Be-
probably
be
actually
the
look
best you
back
that you can
at your lineage and see if your mama's mama had hips and she had hips
Oh, yeah.
and everybody
Yeah.
else. You're probably going to have a challenge with having hips in that area.
Yeah.
Even if you eat right, your family's genetic makeup
Yeah.
is just there.
And I think I had an issue with that situation too, because when I was
With
in,
your hips.
no shade.
No, the other way around.
Shockingly, yes, I did. Because in high school, I was 16 years old, 5'8", 5'9", 220 plus pounds.
Wow.
And
Husky.
yes, very husky. It's because, and it was off of the merit. It was off of the merit of what he was tackling. My family cooked like this, so I'm gonna eat like this. My family eat this, so I ate that. And then going to college, knowing that I was going to college, something got to give. I can't do it because I'm walking upstairs, I'm heaving. Like all I did was walk up like just one flight of stairs, and I'm heaving. I'm done. I can't walk for very long.
Sweating, sitting in a chair.
My feet hurt. My feet hurt. My knees buckle. My thighs rub. I ain't got time. I can't do it.
Yes,
So I
sir.
changed the way I ate, and I started working out. It would have been helpful to know what I was doing, but I just cut out pork and sugars and sweets and stuff, and that's where I lost majority of my weight.
Right.
And then I ended up being like 140 something, but my hips weren't congruent with my chest and my weight and stuff. Cause like I look at the lineage of my family, everybody has hips.
Right.
Everybody is. All the men are tall. All the women are thick. That's just what it is. So if you're a man, you may be tall with hips. If you're a woman, you may be thick, short, whatever it may, whatever you may get. So knowing that, I knew I couldn't be too skinny, but I had to learn.
Yeah.
It was off of trial and error. I cut out this, I stopped doing that, lost too much weight. Okay, now I can bring back something and then do this. And now I have a regimen that I follow. I'm trying to be vegan.
Balanced.
I'm trying to be vegan, but I can't let go of chicken.
Why?
I love good
He like the yard.
Yes, because I'm gonna
why
tell you
be
why.
vegan?
Because when eating meat and all that other stuff, as soon as I transitioned from meat to like trying to do vegan, I did it cold turkey. The first meal that I made was a turmeric detox stew. And basically what was in it were like green lentils, red lentils, potatoes, carrots and stuff. Lentils and stuff are basically, it's almost like rice, but if you cook them long enough, they expand, absorb stuff, and it turns into like potatoes or something like that. And you just add turmeric in there for dietary reasons.
Yeah.
Now for 2 days.
Joints too.
Yeah, now for 2 days, my commode was a little upset with me. For 2 days. Because you had to get all it out. It's a detox.
Right.
But after that second day, on that third day, I felt lighter. I felt brighter. I ate stuff. I didn't get the itis. I didn't feel like I had to go to sleep. I ran fast. I was able to exercise and do everything I needed to do.
stairs.
And also,
them
like
stairs, baby.
mentally, I was clear. Like I could think about and do all this other stuff. And I remember watching a documentary about Dr. Sebi, and his wife said something that really was quite profound, but it stood out to me. She said, "How can you expect to get life from something that's dead?" And I was like, "Wow."
Right.
Like simple, but that stayed in my head. And the more I started eating meat, I was like, "This ain't my calling."
But you
Now-
realize you don't have to go from chicken to being a vegan. There's pescatarian, there's vegetarian, and then there's vegan.
Well, I don't like shrimp.
So you got baby steps.
There's more than
there's
just
more than
shrimp.
just-
Nah, but see,
Got fish.
I was committed to being fully vegan. Then I lost too much weight again. Ended up being like 139, 137.
I guess in your case you went more extreme.
Right.
You would be if
So-
you took your time. Because prime example, I went to a school that was strictly vegetarian.
Right.
We didn't have any meat on campus. But of course, you can go to McDonald's, Burger King, whatever down the street and get you something to eat and come and eat it. But as far as what they served in the cafeteria, you know what I'm saying? It was all Loma Linda, Morning Star kind of
the before
Vegetarian,
Beyond
right.
Burger.
Meat.
Plant-based.
Right.
So plant-based.
The purpose of the vegetarian meats and things like that is to transform you from eating meat to becoming more
Vegetarian and clean-
which means
clean
eating
eating.
more clean eating. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's supposed to be a transition. In those meats, it's a lot of sodium. You know what I'm saying? That's inside of the meat. So you'll find that people who are vegetarians, they eat a lot of sweets. You know what I'm saying? They go right to the opposite direction, and then you find them say, "Why I'm not losing weight?" And the reason why they're not losing weight is because they're eating donuts and cakes and whatever else to kind of supplement.
Right.
I have to get. I do have
Without
to
that
get
transition,
Reese's.
right.
I do have to get a Reese's every time I walk in
Yeah.
the store. I can't leave them.
So there's all kinds of things now.
to.
I mean,
Addicted.
the market is
Wow.
killing it right now
Right.
with vegetarianism. I mean, it was something that we were learning a long time ago about the
Right.
health message and trying to teach people how to eat healthy and stuff like that. That was-
Vegetarians were hippies.
Yeah, there was-
They called me a hippie. No, literally.
No,
Yeah.
during that
They
era,
called
during
me
that
a
era, you're right.
hippie because I was
absolutely right.
vegetarian.
That's very true.
You're absolutely during that era. It wasn't heard of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For you to be a vegetarian, oh
It was
my God,
weird.
you know
I was
what
like,
I'm
what is
saying?
that?
You weird, you
Yeah.
this, you that. Nowadays, it's like you eating healthy. Oh my God, you vegetarian, great. You know
You
what I'm
eat
saying?
meat?
So kind of going that. So now what has happened is that
blood on
Yeah, now, yeah.
the restaurants, all these places now, all got the Beyond Burger, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They got all this stuff like that, and they racking up on that money.
Absolutely.
But have you actually looked at the ingredients in a Beyond Burger?
Yes, at Burger King, I have.
That's
No, I'm
nice.
talking
Oh.
regular Beyond Burger,
Oh.
No, they got
not
burgers.
Burger King.
I
But
researched
the
Burger
actual
King
Beyond Burger itself has different additives and preservatives
Yes.
in it in order for it to keep its texture
Right.
and taste
Right.
and stuff. So although it is meatless, it
It's not
may not be the best thing for you.
Right.
I agree.
Because of
And
all of
large
the
consumptions
additives
and everything.
But and then there are other options other than Beyond Meat. Me personally, I use the brand Gardein.
Yeah.
That is beefless beef patties that I usually get. Some they have some at regular like made out of
Black beans?
black beans,
Right.
soybean, things like that, or tree or like little leaves or things like that. And then they also have some made out of the regular black bean, and then they have hot spice
Yeah.
and all of that other stuff. Now I add this nice little steak and chop seasoning. That gives the sensation that it is beef.
Yeah.
Right,
And
right.
I
the whole
bless
point
and
of
I
vegetarian.
That's-
anoint it.
that's
And I
how you
anoint
fool
that.
yourself.
That's the whole.
That's
other
how you
than
fool
that-
yourself.
Right.
That's right.
That's how I get the season.
Yep.
But other than that, I personally use Gardein. I know they don't have any other added preservatives or anything like that because you can read the back and it
Yeah.
tells you literally
Right.
this, and this. It's literally 4 ingredients in the Gardein brand.
But you'll fart like a.
That's my business.
Yeah, I'm just,
That's my business. That is my business.
I'm just saying.
Don't
I'm
try to
just
monitor
saying,
me
it
in the
was-
spread of my flatulence. That is my business.
Come in here at your own risk.
And a young man told me better out than in. I'm not holding. That's my business.
Natural. Let me show me a natural sense up in
Don't
there.
worry. That
Well, that
I'm
was
dispersing
natural.
my own flatulence. Don't worry about
You
that.
got an incense. I'm like, yo, come over here now. I'm saying. You saging the place, I'm saving the place. Not saging, saving the place.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, going back to that, man. Dealing with the vegetarian foods and those kind of things like that. It's really big, and like I said, we had a snack shop. We had everything, basically name it. You know what I'm saying? And they sold a lot of land just so they can get everybody to, I guess, kind of have the money to be able to,
Right.
to
Right.
afford that.
Right.
It's expensive.
It is.
To be vegetarian. So I
But
think
it's
a lot
more
of-
expensive with
I
them
think-
doctor
and the
bills and them
doctor-
hospital
yeah,
bills.
I call it financial reallocation.
Yeah.
You're going to spend the money on junk, or you're going to spend it on a doctor's bill. You can't buy cookies and kale. You're going to have to make a
Okay,
choice.
okay.
What-
And
They
you
have
also-
this,
what it's called
they have
again?
this
What-
cookie kale type of
No, sir.
concoction.
No.
now they have kale chips. They got kale chips.
You know, Whole Foods got a good chocolate chip cookie. They got a good vegan
They
chocolate
do.
chip cookie.
I actually have a
There's some good
client
stuff
that
out there, but you
makes.
just gotta-
I have a client that makes vegan
Yeah.
treats and things like that. You know, she'll use applesauce instead of butter and milk and things like that.
What was the
So,
name again? Show me. What do you call it?
financial reallocation.
Come on here. Yeah.
Where you just
he
you're
kinda like
just
that. He won't use that.
financial and it's open.
You have to financially
reallocate
Yeah.
instead of paying for
Yeah.
doctor's bills. I'm paying for
I'm with that.
healthier
Yeah, I'm with
options
that.
as
That's right.
well.
Financially
But it's
reallocate your
really
pockets.
when you plan, because I've known clients of mine. They've gone out and they buy groceries. they buy the healthy groceries the same way they bought the unhealthy groceries, which means you got a month worth of vegetables in there. You can't eat them in a month.
That's right.
Before it goes bad.
Right.
So you're shopping more often, but you're breaking your spending in half.
Correct.
You know, so you have to be educated on how to shop so it is not as expensive.
Yeah.
And if you have kids, maybe you get frozen vegetables as opposed to buying fresh ones. So that
it's funny that you mentioned about kids, because you know how there's a commercial. I don't know if you've seen the commercial. I think it's a Tyson commercial or something like that, and talk about the kids need to eat. You know, hey, how is it? Everybody like chicken.
Yeah.
I like chicken. And then at the end they tell them it's vegetables inside, and the kids' faces go. No,
Right.
The chicken?
it's
Yeah,
a plant-based.
It's a plant-based chicken.
Plant-based chicken.
KFC has it now.
Well, you know, I don't go to fast food restaurants.
Okay.
I stopped doing that.
Because you mentioned chicken earlier.
Yeah,
so
I know.
figured,
but see, no.
He frying his own.
I go to find my own, and then I go to this gas station. That's different.
That's not fast food. That's gas food.
That's
gas food, not fast food.
Don't listen. Do not sleep. Don't sleep on that. That gives you the good girth that you need. Valero's, that fried chicken pantry will bless your life. That 8-piece combo, that potato wedge and that sweet tea will anoint your spirit. I promise you.
I hope they are a sponsor for your podcast.
I know they're not, but I'm just that's just shameless plug for me.
He said that's how you got that figure.
How much it costs?
$8.
I told my clients, I said, if you know exactly how much your drive-through costs every single time,
That's an
you need
issue.
to go ahead on and put that in your file, that $7.39 from Chick-fil-A away, and then create a better option. I actually had a couple where they knew how much they would spend at every fast food place they went. While we went through their health and wellness transition, I said, continue to take because they had their breakfast was Dunkin' Donuts. Their lunch was going to be one of 3 places. I was like, keep that regimen.
Yes.
Don't go, but take that money that you would spend and just put it away, so you can actually see at the end,
right?
The whole
Financial
thing was
reallocation.
I said, but at the end, see how much money you were actually spending in 1 month on fast food. They had enough money to literally buy wardrobes. By the because they wardrobes. It was a husband and wife, and between the two of them going out to eat, it's like $20-$25 a pop.
Jesus,
because they're not getting, let me just get a 2-piece or 3-piece. These are people that were obese, so they're getting the 8-piece each of them.
Wow.
We're not sharing 4 for me and 4 for you.
Wow.
They were going with that. We're getting a large. We're not getting the small little quarter cup or whatever. But they actually got to see that. I have another client. She spent. I have my clients try with them. Bring your last month's bank statement.
There you go.
And highlight everywhere you went out to eat. Every time you use your debit card. If you're a debit card user, highlight that. Or save your receipts. And then literally, I think the most spent on food, nothing else but food, was over $500 in one person.
I can believe that.
Not kids, not husband. It was just one single person.
College, just college all day.
And you could see every morning was $2.35. That was a coffee and a bagel. But then at lunch, and being bad and bougie, she ate out at P.F. Chang and McCormick and Schmidt. Like those were her go-to places as well. Right. But when you see that in your face, like, I need new tires. I actually just ate 2 of them. Over the last month. I just ate 2 new tires.
That is a reality check.
It is.
Yeah.
So I think
it's journaling.
helps.
It's a daily journal that a person has to keep with regards to how you spend your money, and not just on food, but on everything else. Because people will always talk about, I don't have enough money to save. Oh no, you have enough money to save. You just have to be able to reallocate those funds.
Very true.
Where
and
you want to
can't reallocate it unless you know where you're spending your money.
Right.
So every day you should keep track of where that money is spent, what categories, and how much is spent. At the end of 30 days, you'll have a good understanding.
And most
of that.
bank apps have a little feature now where
it can
your entertainment budget is here, your water, your light, your rents, your utility bills are here. So,
but I love my Toll House turtle cookies though.
Eat your Toll House turtle cookies.
Hallelujah.
But just eat it in moderation.
Dude, that is the key.
I mean, I do. It's a 12 pack. I eat 3
You take
each day.
one cookie and you cut it in quarters, and then you have a quarter of a cookie. per day.
I may have lost the weight.
And that'll be your treat.
I may have lost the weight, but this fat ain't go nowhere. This fat ain't go nowhere. I'm not cutting up. Do you know how big that thing is? This big, but I'm not about to cut that up in no food. You gonna make you gonna make that monster mad.
Wait, he ain't not talking about this dude in remembrance of me.
I'm communion up in this
I'm a communion with a Toll House turtle cookie.
No. Put it on your tongue and let it dissolve.
Like
who does
underneath your tongue.
No.
How can people tune into your show?
Yes, you can tune into my show every Friday at 3 p.m. WDRBmedia. You can download the iHeart Radio app, follow WDRB, and then tune in to my story, The Noel Story.
All right.
Jovon.
Yes, you can meet me. Talk about meet me. I like that, right? Huh?
Yeah.
On the corner of Remont and Wilkinson. And I'll be the one with no shirt on, with the elephant.
on a motorcycle. Don't forget the helmet with the hair.
You can reach me at exercisetimes@gmail.com, or you can call me at 980-277-0058. That's 980-277-0058.
Family, you heard it here. You're tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media.
The voice of the community.
Y'all food.
I'm making the duck look good. That's all. Mm-hmm. Jesus, and you got a smack too?
That's salmon.
That's good.
That's salmon.
Tuna.
Come on, Sam.